Hey yo, this is Steve Penn message. A lot of y'all need to hear this. Pay attention. Word. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. I'm back. Back with another one. Y'all seen the thumbnail, right? You know what time it is. You know, we're gonna talk about boxing, man. You know what I mean? My channel, I cover everything. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're gonna get when you come to Steve Penn Music. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no niche. My niche is not having a niche. You know what I'm saying? But tonight we're gonna talk about boxing, man. There's a real big fight coming up. Who you guys got? You already know who I'm rolling with. That's right, the champ, Terence Crawford against Canelo, September 13th, I think it is. Yeah, September 13th. I got Bud Crawford, TBC. You know, Bud came a long way, man. You know, I like Bud in and outside of the ring. Bud is a champion inside and out of the ring. I caught wind of Bud Crawford back in, I want to say, I don't know, maybe 2016. I stopped watching boxing for a while. You know, I got tired of all the ducking and all the negotiations, and now that social media is out, you can see all the, most of the behind the scenes, what's going on in the sport of boxing, right? And so I got really kind of tired of it. I think the last fight that I really watched when I stopped watching boxing for a little while, start watching UFC a little bit, but I think it was after the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. I kind of left boxing alone a little bit. I would try to stick my head in a little bit and see what's going on in the sport of boxing, but it was just too much. Going back and forth. This fight is happening, now the fight is off. This person is ducking, and I'm like, won't you guys just fight, right? And so around 2018, I kind of tuned back in, and I seen Errol Spence. And I'm like, oh, he's good, you know? I started watching Errol Spence. I start following Errol Spence. I start seeing who else is out there. And I watched a few fights with Errol Spence, and he was just dominating fighters, right? And so I said, man, there's gotta be somebody out there that can beat Errol Spence. So I kept looking, I start tuning in a little bit more, and lo and behold, I run into Crawford. Bud Crawford, man, I watched his fights. And I said, he can beat this dude. So then I tuned back in and start watching learning more about the sport, what was currently happening in the sport of boxing, you know, and I started just paying attention, right? And I followed those two, and all of a sudden, and finally, the fight happened. Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. Make a long story short, once I discovered Bud Crawford, I kind of fell in love with him as a boxer, man. You know what I'm saying? And as a person, man, as a human being, beautiful brother, man, inside the ring and outside the ring. So I've been rooting with Bud Crawford the whole time. His humbleness, how they was trying to count him out. Y'all remember that? All you naysayers, y'all remember how y'all was trying to count my boy Bud Crawford out? I'm talking about the fagnons, like my boy True Media, Coach Malachi would say. The fagnons, them boxing she-goes. Who else? The, what do you call him? Marty the manager, the Marty the janitor. Yo, they was really shitting on my boy Bud, and he stayed humble. He stayed humble, and he let his fists do the talking. So now we have the Canelo fight. Canelo's known as the face of boxing, right? Mexican boxer Canelo Álvarez. Did I pronounce that right? Saul Alvarez. Canelo Saul Alvarez. Great fighter. You know what I mean? He only lost 2 times. He lost to Demetrius Bivol, and he lost to Floyd Mayweather. And I always thought he was overrated. I know I'm gonna catch a lot of flack from my Mexican friends, but I personally think he's all overrated. I'm not saying that he's not good, but he ain't messing with Bud. So anybody that want to bet, put their money up. Leave your bets in the comment. Let's see if I can deal with them, because I know we're going to be victorious. Y'all might come up with something crazy, right? Just in case we're not victorious that night, which I seriously doubt. You know what I'm saying? I seriously doubt. But if just in case we lose, I want to be able to be accountable and hold up to my bet. You know what I'm saying? But here's why I think, and I know for sure, Bud Crawford is going to be victorious. He's just that dude. He's a different breed. You know what I'm saying? He's a challenger. He's confident. Anything you want to try to go against, whenever you want to try to go against Bud, if you guys, I don't know, watch some of his videos, he's always challenging somebody to do something, right? He's real competitive. It's in his nature. It's in his blood. He got that FBA blood, that foundational Black American blood, man, and he's the best. To me, Canelo Álvarez has the great boxing IQ, so do Bud, right? Canelo Álvarez throw wide punches, though. Everybody talks about how big he is, how experienced he is, like as if Bud isn't. But Canelo throw wide punches, just like Errol Spence. You can see him from a mile away. And Bud punches in between punches. Now, he may take a few. That'll be the question. Can he take Canelo's power? Can Canelo take his power? It's going to be a good one, right? And so I can't wait. You guys let me know what you guys think as far as, the fight goes. Who do you got? And why do you have the fighter that you picked? Is it because you're just going with him because Bud is black? Or is it because Canelo's Mexican? I'll tell you why I'm going for Bud. Is because he's skillful. He's intelligent. He got skills to pay the bills, and he's black. Now, we all know that boxing is racially motivated. Whenever there's two races opposite of each other that's coming to fight, everybody tunes in. It ain't really got nothing to do with, we don't like Mexicans or Mexicans don't like black. It's a fight, man. It's a one-on-one sport. Boxing is the only sport that depends only on the player, the boxer that's boxing. And like Bud always say, you don't play boxing. So they're depending totally on their skills, on themselves, and may the best man win. And a lot of people were wanting Canelo to fight David Benavidez. That has been a great fight. That would be a great fight. But this is greater. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that'll happen. The question is when Bud wins, when they raise his hand and say, and still, what does Bud do next? Does he walk off into the sunshine? Will there be a rematch? I don't know. Canelo Álvarez fought Triple G 3 times. It was a good fight, though. All 3 of them were good fights. I don't know. Maybe something like that'll happen. But whatever happens, I'm excited for this fight, man. I'm really excited for this fight, and I can't wait. So shout out to Bud Crawford, Team Crawford. Shout out to my boy Bernie the Boxer. Me and him got a special project coming up for y'all. So stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Make sure you keep it locked here. You know what I mean? So leave your comments. Y'all know what to do. Hit that button. Hit that like. Hit that share. Subscribe button like it stole something from you. You feel me? It's your boy Steve Penn. I just wanted to drop in, let my followers know that there's a big fight coming up, y'all. I want y'all to tune in. I don't know how many of my followers follow boxing, but again, like I said, my channel, I cover everything, right? I try not to keep leaning on one same topic. There's a lot of things going on in the world. And so my niche is not to have a niche in particular. Even though this is a music channel, I cover everything, right? Because I'll sit there and write rhymes about everything. And speaking of rhymes, I did a song, maybe a few songs for Bud Crawford, but there's one main one called The Best Underdog for T-Bud, the best underdog, because they were counting them out back in the day. You know, calling them all types of names like Top Rank Toby, saying Bud don't know what he's doing, but just all types of stuff. I'm not gonna repeat them. You guys know. You boxing fans know. I actually became a casual boxing fan at one point because I got tired of the bullshit fights that was going on. I got tired of the negotiations like I mentioned earlier. So I became a casual boxing fan when I'm really a true die-hard boxing fan. And I love Bud Crawford and I love Team Crawford. So I made a tribute to him for him a few years back called The Best Underdog. Y'all can check it out right after this video. So stay tuned. Keep it locked. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Hit that button. Hit that button. Hit that button. It's your boy Steve Penn. Until next time. Peace.
Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
Official Cornhusker, already warned suckers that when that bell ring, it's time to knuckle up, buster. I'm done with the talking, beast mode when I'm walking to the ring. I see them shook like they just seen Martians. My fan riding with me, Bo Mac, entire city. After the glove touch, you gon' really need a strap for victory. Let them hands go, body blows to the frame. I dance on, do my ducking in the ring. The best underdog, the acronym is the name. Dance on, do my ducking in the ring. The boogeyman bang, blood stains on your mane. I dance on, I do my ducking in the ring.
You know, a lot of people, they can say whatever they want to say. Oh, he's not fighting nobody, he's not doing it. But prior to me fighting these guys, they somebody.
Body strong, but my mind is stronger. That man standing in front of me won't last longer. The lights is bright, tonight's the night. The stadium's packed, so act like you came to fight the UD. Known to spank asses in three-way classes. Thoroughbred boys, Kara stay capping. Never give me my credit where credit is due. I'ma watch these dudes. I don't wanna hit no excuse. The only blood that ain't getting smoked. Put him up against the ropes. His legs weakening, yeah, he thought I was a joke. Only 12 rounds to go before I'm crowned king. I dance on him, I do my ducking in the ring. The best underdog, the acronym is the name. Dance on him, do my ducking in the ring. The boogeyman bang, blood stains on your mane. I dance on him, I do my ducking in the ring.
When it's time to fight, it's time to fight. At the end of the day, it's gonna be me or you. And I'm coming. And you know, it is what it is.
Word. Big up to Two-Toe Diegas, Jamie Bell, Red Spikes, Bernie the Box, I see you, baby. It's Team Crawford all day.